Rush that I get from traveling to events and around the world.
The first thing in my life that I've done solely for me.
I just fell in love with the competition and the ability every single day to get better at something.
What's more important to me at COD Champs is to win.
This is deja vu. Flooding in again. This is how they've been making it work. He's going to go for the throw, and there's the lead.
We play for the meaning of competition.
Did Mook think he could kill him with his movement?
I think so, and not
happy. Oh, why was that replays again?
It's not really about the money.
We want to be known as the best that there ever was. We want to win every tournament out there. We're going to give it our all the time. To know that you can beat all of them and call yourself the best.
And there's a third one now in shot. 1 versus 3. It all comes down to this.
That's the reason we play Call of Duty.
Welcome back to the Call of Duty North American Championship 2015, presented by Xbox. Puckett and Benson, ready to get match number 1 of the day started. We got a good one. Omega Fatal Ambition going up against the favorites here, EnVy. EnVy, of course, runners-up from last year's Call of Duty Championship at the $1 Million Tournament, cashing out once again. Back-to-back years for EnVy, and you know they're looking for a third. Hopefully this time, though, place that #1 spot.
Yeah, they're kind of desperate for that, I think, because they've been so unlucky the past couple of years. And this could maybe be their year. They're going to have to put up some big results here this weekend, though, and really prove why they are the best team in North America. Because, you know, I think right now everyone's kind of favoring Optic Gaming. You'd be crazy if you weren't. Right. But EnVy, they kind of kept themselves to themselves the past couple of weeks. Haven't really been streaming. You know, last event, we're a little bit unlucky when they went against TK. You heard Merc say in the interview, you know, they essentially lost 3rd place from 1 uplink. That was all it really was. So this is a big event for them to really just prove themselves, I think.
And I know EnVy has been grinding. Got a chance to play with their event manager, Tasmo, the other day.
You did?
And
nice.
Through Tasmo's headset, I could hear Name was screaming across the house, the call-outs. These guys are playing with so much energy, and they're fired up this morning. But I loved what Sakin said in his pre-match interview. He said, we're ready. We're hoping to pull off the upset as the underdogs. Trying to get the boys ready. Come on, Stumpy. You got to show that man some love.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
But Ben, we're jumping into a best-of-5. Break it down for me. What maps are we going to see here?
So we're going to kick things off with Hardpoint Solo, moving over to Search and Destroy Terrace, CTF Ascend, Uplink Biolab, and S&D Recovery as a Game 5. Honestly, though, Chris, I think this is just going to be a very quick 3-0. CTF Ascend, I mean, we don't really know much about Omega Fatal Ambition, but EnVy looks so good in CTF, I think. So it'll be pretty tough for Omega to try and pick this up.
Now, we should note, we just finished the MLG Season 1 of our Advanced Warfare Pro League, and in that we got some amazing stats from our friends over at COD Stats. They mentioned that 84% of the time, the team that outslays is able to win it. We're going to start things off, though. Let's go to Zuma here. Zuma, he looks like he's going to be pulling out the bow, and already 2 kills, looking for a 3rd. Normal classes so far, nothing really too new, but
I am excited to see that, though. If this weekend we do see some new strats being used, I think, you know, this is going to be the time where you're going to see it.
And we just saw a little sample. Nameless was running with the AK-12. Merc sticking with his ASM-1. We're going to come over to your screen, Ben. And Ben, really, who do you think is going to be the player to watch from this Fatal Ambition squad? Because I think that's the real story today. They're the underdogs, but one of their players might be able to go off.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Sakin. Sakin is the only player on this squad who's actually played at a LAN event before. That was UMG Philly. So I think, you know, realistically, they have to kind of rely on him to go off and get hyped. Right now, Stumpy and Daze both own 4 starts. Not what you really want to see at your first major event.
Stumpy on your screen right now. Big fight at the top. Not going to win this one.
Oh, okay.
And you got Sakin pulling out the Moors here.
Okay, that's going to be the Bound Moors combination. See if you can try and pick up this kill against Saints. Managed to do so.
Yeah, and it looks like Sakin doing a nice job getting inside that hard point. They're staying alive here, and here's their first opportunity to really get some points. EnVy off to a 27 to just 12-point lead, but you're going to see Fatal Ambition holding on to this hard point pretty strong. Big contention here, and Daze is going to be taken down.
And Suma managed to pick up 3 kills there and break that hard point by himself. Will fall from the outside, but really Saints with a great start there at 9-4, really playing very well. And you know, the EnVy guys got to give them props, man. They're not taking this game lightly. They were here warming up, I think it was like 2 hours before the first game, Chris. So yeah, they're going to go hard. This isn't going to be a light game for these guys.
All right, and we're going to take it over. Let's go to Papa Zuma. 11, make it 12 and 5 on a 4 streak. Zuma is going to find the 5th and 6th, really heating up. This is one of the scariest Slayers in the game when he gets going. We're switching it back over to Fatal Ambition now. Seiken and the Sentinel squad trying to make their push here, and we'll see. Can Fatal Ambition break the setup? Merc already inside, only 4 kills, 9 engagements so far in this game, just showing you how well his teammates are covering him on the slaying side.
That was actually really interesting as well, because Merc was the first player for EnVyUs to rotate around, and he held down that spawn too. So, you know, you're not going to see him with that many engagements at this point, because he's done that twice for Team EnVyUs. So he's the player that's really locking down these spawns in the early game of this hardpoint solo.
We're going to take it over now, back over to Merc. Merc sticking with the ASM1.
Yeah,
but
I want to point out real quick,
go ahead.
Zuma is 18 and 7.
You want to see Zuma?
19 and 7.
Oh, right.
20 and 7.
Zuma
He's on a
outside.
5 streak right now.
Yeah, let's
and
just stay
we're
on
not
board.
even on the full, like we haven't even gone through one side of the hills yet. This is crazy.
Now we
Zuma's just
saw
going
Jur drop a 50 bomb over at the EU finals last week, and we'll see. Will Zuma open things up with the 50 bomb of his own? 3 minutes in, 20 kills. He is doing insane things to start this tournament. Over to Nameless. Nameless has run 3 different weapons from what I've seen. The AK, the ASM1, as well as the Bal Zuma. Switching over from his Bal back over to an ASM1, but it's Fatal holding down the top. Days inside, watching the control room. Nice kill there. Is going to have to cover this B streak.
And this game is arguably, you know, a lot closer than it should be. 63 to 47 points. Like, got to give props to Omega Fatal Ambition right now. They are not that far behind, despite being massively outslayed at this point. So, you know, that stat we saw at the start of the game, Chris, you know, at this point in the game at least, not too true.
Stumpy spawned way out, just showing you there. We'll go back over to Envy, though, and show their setup on defense. Big kill coming in, and Zuma can't land it. He's going to get stomped on and finished with the ASM1. Days and friends breaking the hill here for Fatal, as they are going to push up A Street and take over the final 15 seconds. Joseph in a big one-on-one here against Merc, getting some help from his teammate Seiken off the spawn, and they are going to lose it at the end. But the big fight is on the rotation here across the map. Look for Merc to set up and give his teammates spawns, but I don't know if they're going to need them, because you see Nameless and Zuma in the kill feed. No one is falling.
The problem with that Omega Fatal are going to have there is now they're spawning completely out. Envy locking it down just by pure slaying talent. And you'll see Envy start to pull away, I think, on this hardpoint now a little bit. And as you see, they have started to do so. But still, you know, you're always going to need that one player on the hill. Zuma almost with 30 kills in the first side. That's impressive. But you definitely need someone on the hardpoints.
Not even halfway through it, 30 and 14. Zuma setting records here in the NLG Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Switching back over to Merc once again. He's the rotation player. And why are they pushing Merc out so far with 20 seconds still to go?
Yeah, he's just trying to force him to spawn out. Envy want to pick up as much time as they possibly can on this hill. As I said, you know, this is a relatively close game. It was only 10 to 15 points. And Envy now really started to build themselves that lead. And this is going to be important for them. Knowing the next hill is going to be mid, you don't really expect to get a lot of time on there. That's a very heavily contested hardpoint.
Right.
Playing for scrap time. So building a lead going into that hill is pretty important.
44-point advantage here for Envy as we enter the second half. Merc inside the hard point will be taken down and pulled. Zuma now going to be challenging Joseph. Knows there's going to be pressure coming from his left, and I love this decision to rotate behind the enemy. Didn't see the player behind him. Otherwise, he had a 3-piece setup. That's going to save Days, and now Days can pick up some serious points.
Yeah, and, you know, Envy not really contesting that hill very well, not winning those gunfights to really allow them to do so. You know, Days, who's, what, 14 and 23, just chilling on the hard point. Oh! He went for the drop kick, managed to just pick up the assist. Going back over to Joseph's. He gets the assist, looking for the kill. Not going to be able to find it. So Nameless and Merc on the hard point, 17 seconds left, and Nameless already starting to think about these next spawns, Chris, for the next hard point.
All right, staying on board, Zuma, 36 and 18, doing work for the moment. And we're going to see what he can do at the top. You can see just 2 seconds left on the middle hardpoint. It's going to rotate back over. And Zuma is dropping him at range. Merc with a 2-piece in the kill feed. Days answers back, but Saints is there to support. Envy once again with a fantastic lockdown. They're up to another 40-point advantage, but got to give props to this Omega Fatal Ambition squad for keeping it close.
Yeah, they're holding their own. I'm really impressed by what I'm seeing. And, you know, they're not outslaying by any means. They're completely getting outslayed, but they're challenging those gunfights on the hill. That's the key. They're maybe getting out-rotated. You've seen Merc lock down those spawns several times, but the kills they are winning are those ones on the hard point.
That was a big one for Zuma. He is at 40 kills,
That's
3
ridiculous.
minutes and 20 seconds still to go. I think we're going to see some record numbers this weekend.
But
Zuma definitely going to be one of those guys going for the top KD.
Let me ask you this, though. If I said Zuma was 40 and 21 with 3 minutes left, what would you think the score of a game like that would be?
200 to
You'd think it would
90.
be a blowout,
Yeah.
not like 49 points. Like this is extremely close game. I'm very impressed by Omega Fatal Ambition for keeping it as close as this.
Now, is this Envy not, trying their hardest
No
here,
way. These guys
or-
have been warming up, like I said, 2 hours before this game. This is just a really impressive performance from Omega Fatal Ambition, recognizing that you're going to get outslayed. So where do you need to win those gunfights? You need to win them on the hill. If they'd managed to rotate early on maybe 2 or 3 hills here, they could be in the lead in this game.
Merc getting outshot there by Josephs with the bow, and Josephs is going to push in. Days contesting versus Zuma. Stumpy is going to pick up 1. Knows the pressure's coming from the left. He's got 2 entrances to watch. Going to pick off Nameless on the far left, but grenades coming in, trading kills. 3 down, make it all 4 down now for Omega as Envy once again establishing dominance in the garage. We have 20 seconds left on this hard point before we rotate across the map. This is going to be a huge battle for Omega. They have to get there first and lock it in for a full 60.
They really needed to break that hard point as well. They've given away so many points now. It's going to be pretty tough to out-rotate EnVyUs to the next hard point and as well pick up enough points to bring themselves back into this game. You see Joseph, he's going to pick up 10 seconds, but if they managed to break that the first time, that would have been 20-point differential there.
I do want to point out there was a team kill on Stumpy, and it was actually a blessing in disguise. He spawns on the opposite side of the map, helping Days fight for control. Stumpy does fall as Zuma clears it out once again. 46 and 26 remaining, positive 20. Zuma is right near that 50 bomb. Will he be able to finish strong? 2 players up B Street causing problems, and here comes the pinch. I like the movement from Omega. They just couldn't win the gunfights, though.
And it's worth mentioning Saints 38 and 24. He's about to get his 40th kill. All the guys from Envy really playing very well. You haven't really seen Merc get that many kills, but as I said before, he's been that player who's been locking down those spawns for Team EnVyUs.
189 to 129, basically. You're going to see a 60-point advantage for Envy going into the last 70 seconds of this game. It's basically locked up if Envy rotates first. You need to see perfect play out of this Ambition squad. Zuma picking up 1, challenging the top. Saints already there to pick up Josephs, and they know exactly where they're going to be spawning. Zuma on the prowl.
Yeah, that's actually mathematically impossible as well, so EnVyUs is going to pick up map number 1. But again, I want to stress, Omega Fatal Ambition did so well in that game, and I'm curious to see if that has his 50th.
There's the 50.
That's so impressive.
We're opening up the event with a 50 bomb. This is going to be one hell of a week, and I can just feel it.
I can't wait. This is going to be so good. It really is. The big question for me, though, about this Omega Fatal Ambition team is, a lot of these gunfights they've been losing, Search and Destroy all about winning this 1 versus 1s. I can't see them picking up a map in this series. I'm going to be brutally honest with you.
Search and Destroy, anything could happen. We've seen some really big plays.
That's true.
Zuma getting overwhelmed when you see players boosting in front of him. Zuma trying to stay
still
alive.
gets a kill, though.
Comes in, picks up 2. And Saints is there to hold it down for Envy in the last 10 seconds. Your game is over. The question is, how high will he be able to score? Zuma at 53 to finish this one. 43 kills
Nameless
for Saints.
Nameless
about to hit his 43rd, and that is going to do it. 217, 145 in favor of Envy here in game 1.
Yeah, they look so good. And the key about what really impressed me about Zuma in that game, and you kind of saw it in the very last hard point, was he can get challenged by 2 or 3 people, and he'll still always at least manage to pick up 1 kill. Make it easier on his teammates. Makes it very, very difficult to break the hard point if you're the opposition team.
Yeah, looking across the board, you see Stumpy, 39, 42, -3, 15 captures. He was really putting pressure on that hard point. You saw 36 and 42 out of Joseph. So both of those players kind of keeping it close. Unfortunately, Envy just too strong here in map number 1.
Yeah, they look so impressive. When you have 3 players dropping 40+ kills and, one of them is 53, that's almost impossible to beat.
Well, that was just game number 1 in the best of 5. Don't go anywhere after this. We'll see. Can Omega Fatal Ambition answer back with Search coming up next?